Sponsored by Brilliant. Get smarter every day and save 20%. Link in the description. It's here, Apple Watch Series 5. Was there ever really any doubt? I'm Rene Ritchie, and this is Vector. The aluminum Apple Watch Series 5 comes in roughly the same shades as before: silver and anodized space gray and gold. I say roughly because Apple's exact shade of space gray and gold seems to vary slightly year to year. Stainless steel is also the same, polished and DLC-coated space black. They have expanded things slightly though. You can now get the Hermes version in space black as well. Making its triumphant return is white ceramic, which originally debuted with the Apple Watch Series 2, but was absent last year on the Series 4. And brand new for Series 5, titanium in brushed metal and DLC-coated space black. Because it's brushed rather than polished, the titanium looks quite different than the steel. Not quite the same as the aluminum, but somewhere in between. Enough at least to trigger anyone who insists their stainless steel lugs match their casings exactly. Titanium also weighs less than steel, quite a bit less in my brief time holding them both in the hands-on area. Because it's slightly more expensive than stainless steel though, it's more for fans of the material than anyone else, and fans of light watches, not heavier the better ones, of course. But I love that Apple continues to experiment and try out new versions of old classics. It's part of what makes Apple Apple and the Apple Watch a watch. Apple's been updating the Apple Watch bands pretty much every spring, summer, and fall since the original launched, sometimes with new styles, always with new colors, increasingly with new combinations. There's no ceramic or titanium bracelets, alas, but there are some hot new Nike looks, Hermes prints, and two-tone sport loops. For years, Apple has been offering preset pairs for the watch, certain cases with certain bands, and if the combination you wanted wasn't offered, you had to buy one that was and then get the band you wanted separately to make it yourself. And for years, we've all been asking to just let us mix and match just on our own. With Apple Watch Studio, you can go online or to your local Apple store, choose almost any case, almost any band, and make your own pairing. Love this. The biggest new feature of the Apple Watch Series 5 though is legit one I've been waiting years for, however many it's been since the Apple Watch first launched. The one that makes the watch truly, finally, a watch. Always on display. And Apple implemented it in typical Apple fashion. They didn't do it first. They didn't graft it on. They didn't make it a user problem to manage. They made it an intrinsic, pretty much intuitive part of the Apple Watch experience, where before the watch display would just turn off, now it goes into a low power mode instead. That's all thanks to a whole new technology stack that starts with a low power LTPO display, a new low power driver, a low power management system, and a ton of low power software support. Second hands disappear so they don't have to be animated. Filled colors become closer to outlines so all those pixels don't have to stay lit. Whites turn black, colors dim, Mickey stops stamping, Woody disappears. Workouts will also stay on, but the milliseconds just go away. That it's every watch face and every workout and not some special display or separate mode or face is terrific. It just feels so well integrated. It doesn't work with other apps yet, including third-party apps. Those will just switch back to the last watch face when going into low power. Complications keep on going though, so the data from those apps will still get to you. Apple is being privacy conscious though, enough to mute very personal notifications like health-related ones, but other notifications will still pop up for you as well. Just dim until you decide you want to see them. A new ambient light sensor helps it all work, and if it detects a dark room like a movie theater, it'll dim so as not to disturb others. And yeah, there's still a theater mode, and if you want to take it a step further, you can just turn the whole thing off in settings if the whole thing just turns you off. Yes, the Apple Watch Series 5 has a new S5 system in a package. It's still 64-bit and dual core. Apple's not increasing the power envelope here because everything is being thrown into the always-on display this generation. But they are adding in a magnometer, or digital compass. The iPhone got one back with the iPhone 3GS, but it's basically what lets the little arrow and maps show you which direction you're facing. It can also tell you, or pass along to apps, your incline, elevation, latitude, and longitude. That means a food rec app can just point you right at the restaurant, but an astronomy app can highlight the stars as you spin around axis, and workout apps can deliver whole new ways to quantify what you're doing and how. The Apple Watch has never been able to roam on cellular internationally because the tiny modem inside it has yet to be able to support enough bands to make it remotely feasible. But for Series 5, Apple has added just enough support for just enough bands to let it make emergency calls in pretty much every country where Apple Watch works. I don't know if that's thanks to the new W3 wireless chip or something else, but it means if you're traveling and you trigger fall detection or hit SOS, even if you're at home but just aren't on Wi-Fi and don't have a cellular plan, it'll still call for help for you and notify your emergency contact. Also, some of the biggest Apple Watch news at the event wasn't even about Series 5 at all. It was about Series 3. Apple is keeping it around another year, but dropping the price down all the way to $199. That's great. That's like entry-level iPad great. Because as much as some will breathlessly bemoan the lack of reasons to update year over year, most people in the world still haven't gotten their first Apple Watch yet. So the play here isn't upgrades, it's onboarding. And Apple just gave a lot of people 199 reasons to think about the Apple Watch for the first time, especially as we enter the holidays. Well played, Apple. And if you want to make the bits that power these atoms, check out Brilliant. Brilliant is a problem-solving website that uses a hands-on approach with storytelling, code writing, interactive challenges, and so much more. There are over 50 interactive courses for you to dive into, including brand new interactive content that makes solving puzzles and challenges even more fun and hands-on. They're all built for ambitious and curious people who want to better understand the world and maybe help shape it. To support Vector and get unlimited access to Brilliant's courses and daily challenges, just head on over to brilliant.org/vector and get 20% off their annual premium subscription. Thanks, Brilliant, and thanks to all of you for supporting Vector. So, you've heard what I think. Now hit like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, elbow drop that bell gizmo so YouTube will actually tell you about the other videos I'm posting. And then hit up the comments and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. See you next video.